So hi, I'm Coleman Olenick, and I'm an alumni of the Neuroscience program at Guelph. I wanted to study neuroscience because I've always found complexity very fascinating, and how we perceive the world, how we interact with it, that's all your brain doing something. I think my favorite part of the program is you do a lot of writing early on in the degree, and you continue doing that the whole time throughout. And I think that whole process from starting a question that you have to then coming up with an idea about it and later on even designing experiments. I think the fact that I was doing that the whole time kept me engaged throughout the program. I think one of the best things about the profs and TAs that you'll have at Guelph is that they're all incredibly passionate about their own fields of research. And so even a course that you may not find as your favorite, the content of it itself, a professor can take that and make it something that you're interested about just by their own passion and interest in the subject matter. Just after I had finished my third year, I was lucky enough to find a volunteer position in a lab over that summer, which then turned itself into a poster and some other research experience, but also a fourth year thesis where you go the entire length of a research project, from designing a question to designing an experiment to running that experiment, collecting data, analysis, and then eventually writing. And that was an incredible experience to go through. And it's even something that I'm now working on getting published. Doing the Masters of Bioinformatics that I am now, I think Guelph prepared me in two main ways. The first would be the exposure to writing and developing that as a skill from early on in the degree. And the second is the flexibility to take neuroscience in a more statistical and numbers-based direction, which is what the field of bioinformatics is all about. I think my best advice to any high school student would be not to close any doors, and close any doors for themselves. I mean, where you don't want to say, oh, I don't like that because I didn't like it in high school. Right? Or I don't want to do that because I found it boring in high school. And I think that if you can avoid doing that, you'll find that so much of the world and so much of the research and things that Guelph and University have to offer become so much more interesting. I think that for anyone going into a research field, and specifically even like a neuroscience research field, the ability to think across levels of organization and integrate a lot of interdisciplinary information is really useful. And I mean, for anybody going through university, getting lab experience, being able to work with a professor, someone who does this as a profession, is an unforgettable experience to have.